and welcome back to Bioshock.
Here, take this. Stick it in the bag now.
Fine, we'll take it.
Fontaine waits above. There will be no going back from here. Make sure you are ready to face him before moving on.
So last time we got to the final modifications for the Big Daddy suit. We've escorted the little sister, so now that she's here, she gave us the tool that we need to defeat Fontaine. In this episode, we are going to take on Fontaine.
And this will be the last of the game.
Yep. Alright, so just last minute preparations, just so we are stocked up on everything. We're fully loaded on everything. I don't know why we would need to use this, but I'm gonna do that anyway. UN Vet, I don't think we really need anything. Do armor piercing, exploding buck. I don't need any personnel. Okay, yeah, we're just basically full up on everything now. Gene Bank, I don't think we need to change up anything. Okay. Well, I think we are ready to go. What do you think?
Yeah.
Alright. To Fontaine's office.
I remember when me and the crowd put you in that sub. You were no more than 2. You were my ace in the hole. But you were also the closest thing I ever had to a son. And that's why this hurts. Betrayal, kid. Life ain't strictly business.
Alright. There's Fontaine. Do we just shoot him? Drain Adam from Fontaine.
Now you just go up there and stab him.
Stabby stab stab! Oh wow, that also gives me a bunch of Adam.
Down.
Oh jeez. Ow.
Alright, when he's out that, go up there and stab him again. He's gonna heal up.
Okay. Man, I just took down just a lot of his stuff.
Alright, 2 more to go.
Second verse, oh, and now there's bots after.
Forget the bots and stab him.
By that you mean shoot him. Okay, do that. Stabby stab stab. Oh, I did not get my machine gun reloaded. I take it using... What the... Oh, there are splicers now, too. Ow, ow. Alright.
Alrighty. Last hit.
Last hit.
Good money for you. This is what I get.
Wow, you're right, that was easy.
I told you he's not that hard.
I had you built. I sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head. Now, if you don't call that family, I don't know what is. And now,
Get them, little girls. You really think there would be a phase 2?
They offered you this city. And you refused it. And what did you do instead? What I've come to expect of you. You saved them. You gave them the one thing that was stolen from them. A chance. A chance to learn. To find love. To live. And in the end, what was your reward? You never said. But I think I know. A family.
Yep, he raised him.
And this has been Let's Play Bioshock.
And they came back to his deathbed. See, this is why I like getting the bad ending, because this shit makes me cry. Bring the splicers up.
The sappy stuff makes you cry, which is why you go dark.
Yeah, just bring Rapture up to the world and all the spliced up maniacs.
Woo,
come kill
chaos!
people.
That's basically your
Yeah.
response.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I think that this was it's a very enjoyable game. There's a reason that so many people just love Bioshock. And honestly, it is so short enough that
you're gonna get people to be like, what about Bioshock 2? Which is a lot. I played Bioshock 2. It is a lot more challenging. It's harder. And you kind of here's
I
the dark
assume that
thing.
it's longer.
Yeah, here's the dark thing. Big sisters are the ones of the little girls that you did not
Save.
They were the little girls that were forgotten, and they grown up, and they made them into technically big mamas.
doesn't it only take place like a year after the original Bioshock?
Yep, and the funny thing, Tenenbaum is still there, and you only see her for like 20 minutes of the game, and you don't see her anymore.
So does that just mean that it's more a neutral ending that's you could basically call canon?
Maybe.
Because what happens in a neutral ending?
For which one?
Bioshock 1. Obviously, we saw the good ending, and we've explained what the bad ending is, but obviously there has to be a neutral ending when you just save some of them and harvest others.
It's not really much of a difference. It's just the tone of the Tenenbaum's voice.
Okay. But anyway, obviously, I can tell why, people love this game. It's honestly, it's really easy playing on normal. I wouldn't mind playing this on, hard. If I had to just replay it, because, yeah, you're right. There are so many instances of, being able to get supplies. Mm-hmm. I mean, it kind of seems like they expect you to stealth, and I just kind of went guns blazing, and it worked out pretty fine for me.
That's probably why they made Bioshock 2 a little harder.
Maybe. But I mean, Bioshock Infinite is a lot more action-y.
Yeah.
And
it had its challenges.
It did. But
so
still.
I think Bioshock 2 was the hardest out of all three.
And now we can expect Bioshock 4 at some point.
Ooh, maybe they have it in space. Rapture in space.
Rapture in space!
Yeah, right?
So wait, the new Andrew Rhyme is just Tim Curry then.
Oh, God.
Alright. Well, I mean, I do think this was a nice game. And it was a bit of a shame that you kind of had to bounce about halfway through or so.
Yeah.
But at least I'm glad that you were able to come back for the final 2 episodes.
Oh, I'm tired.
I know you are. Well, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say. The only real complaint I have to say is that it's just short. It's a really short game. I mean, I guess if I kind of wanted to get all the rest of the collectibles, find all the audio logs, the one Power to the People station that I somehow missed, I mean, I have a couple ideas where that would have been, because there wasn't really a whole lot of places that I missed. I can think of one that I know I missed, and then one that I couldn't figure out how to get into. Both of which actually have to deal with, your favorite person, Sanders Cohen.
Yay.
But otherwise, yeah, because, I mean, they give you a large variety of weapons, but, I mean, I hardly ever use the plasma thrower, rarely use the crossbow. Crossbow does seem good for stealthing, which, again, maybe that's something that works a lot more to your advantage in higher difficulties, maybe the highest difficulty, you really need to play stealthy. But honestly, just on a normal difficulty, guns blazing just always seems to work pretty well. There's a lot of supplies, a lot of money, far more money than you could ever really need. And yeah, it's just not the most difficult game. But I mean, not all games have to be difficult. I certainly know you don't like super difficult games.
No.
Alright, well, that's pretty much all I have to say. The only complaint is that it was too short. Granted, it's not Zone of the Ender short, where it really feels abrupt. It's like, that's it. That's all they had. Which I still hope to do Zone of the Enders 2 at some point. Or I guess the second runner, not Zone of the Enders 2. Same thing. But, that's beside the point.
Do God of War.
Wouldn't you love
I
that?
would. Chains of Olympus. But we have to put it on my PlayStation. Or American McGee's Alice.
Just, you have to promise me that if we do any of those games, you have to stay for the duration and actually record more consistently. Because that was a big problem that we had with this, was that you didn't want to ever record.
Yeah, because
so that's why there were long stretches where just for a week, we only had one episode out for the week. And that bugged me.
Because I wasn't playing and I was bored.
So maybe we just have to switch the controller off in
It probably
those
has
cases.
to be a game that we could take control of, like, separately, or we could just... Because I was bored, like, and it has to be a game that I love and that I'm interested in.
I mean, we still have the darkness to get back to doing.
Yeah, but our PlayStation's fucked up.
We have options that we can try to do. We did try to test one of your controllers for that,
and it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it had the same problem.
The Bluetooth is dying in his PlayStation 3.
Yeah,
so
I think it is the PlayStation problem and not the controller's problem.
We still have to hook up my old one, but the only thing that sucks about I have the original one that does PlayStation 1 and 2 games. It's backward compatible, but it's loud. It has a very loud fan.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll try a workaround, hopefully in the near future, to hopefully get back to doing the darkness. But until then...
It's just, gaming difficulties.
Yeah, again, we have some workaround. We've been trying out some solutions. The only thing I can think of would be if we manage to get a much longer extension cord, or we just kind of move things around for the setup.
Yeah.
And I mean, we can easily just do that workaround. We just need to sit down and actually do it. But that is something for the near future. For now, until next time, everyone, take care. And remember, splice wisely.
Drugs are bad.
Okay.
They're not good for your health, okay?